Doing a little bit of trading this morning. Pretty good. Didn't long the open. Was a little worried about it, so waited for this pullback. Got us about 15 minutes into the session there, like clockwork. Put in that 15-minute low. Let's put up the modified Lux Algo. Everybody, it's a free one. Look at that. There's your opening range high, opening range low in this area here. Played a little break of that range, rode it right up. Nice little bit of a play there. So yeah, loved it. $2,000 and 5,700. Not doing too bad for a Monday there. Let's go over here and get all of our stuff set up. We are into what we could be into, I guess you could say. Yeah. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Not much to do right now, no volume. Let's go ahead and watch the let me see if I can remember how to go ahead and switch these screens around for you. The heat map is your friend. The rocket scooter. Let me just move it to the main screen. That's going to be what I have to do here. That's what you kind of want to be on right there. This is what we're going to trade from. Looking for some volume up here. Volume coming in. A lot of ways to read this. I would suggest you study it. Making sure your time is in sync, which we are. I really only use this to know when the volume is coming. I'm already scanning my charts to see what setups I want, long or short. Stay in this area. Looks like we could break up above VWAP here. Everything looks good to let it hit another pullback. Let's see what kind of waves we want to ride today. See what kind of waves we want to ride today. All right. So look, we had the open back here. We set that 15-minute high, 15-minute low using this modified Lux Algo. It's free in TradingView. Okay, it works all the time. You know, you might not have it. It's a 70%er. You can back test it yourself if you just watch your position size and just study every video. What I would do is go out and look at opening range breakouts, ORBs, orb plays. People do it on 5s, people do it on 10s, people do it on 15s. They do it in different types of indices, ETFs, futures in this case. And then what I like to do when I'm studying that stuff is go and grab the transcripts. So you can go to the, in the description, you hit the more button, and in there, most videos will have a transcript. Sometimes they turn off closed caption. Those guys are being shady. They don't want you to see it. And now sometimes if it's a live and you watch someone who recorded themselves live and they just happen to save it, some of those people go ultra low latency for their lives because maybe the computer is slow and they may have transcripts turned off. So I'll give them a pass. But a lot of times if you could tell it's a produced video and they don't have transcripts, then they don't want you to do what I'm fixing to tell you. And that is just grab that transcript. So like get 10 of the ones that have the most hits and everything, like a lot of activity and a lot of comments. Put those 10 into your favorite AI, like Grok 4, ChatGPT, whatever, it don't matter, Perplexity, and say, please analyze all of these opening range, compare it to anything else that you know, and give me an action list of what you would do to trade. And that's what it'll do. And then start there, modify it for your own style. And that's what I did. It works very well for me, my style, and that's what I'm showing you guys here today. Excuse me. In the Emerald Coast of Florida, and we're having a little bit of a pollen break today. And I feel it every time that pollen hits. Anyway, we're recording today, so I'm trying to make a little video for this opening break range, and I did not go live. Had microphone issues. We had a little power spike during the night last night, and I couldn't figure out how to get my mic up and going. It was plugged in. It was flashing red, so I had to try to get on tech support. I was on Reddit. I was in live chat. No, of course, they were not open. And then it wound up being there's a little reset button with a paper clip, and I held that in for 5 seconds, and it came back up and all that. So it did not like the lightning, although it's come through my hub. I got a hub, I got a Fifine uh, streaming hub here, streaming little box, 15 button, and it was fine. But the mic did not like the power going out during the night. Generally, I get up each day, I reset everything. I start with the modem, the hub, the router. My wife works in here. She does remote bookkeeping and accounting services, and she teaches that on her stream. And then, and I trade and I teach other stuff, help people with other stuff, consulting and things, insurance claims, consulting. And anyway, I reset everything every day. I've just found, like, especially for trading, my slippage and things like that. Hey, Cronus, Snow's or Cronus is in here. Here comes the wife. All right, 6 minutes on this video. I'm gonna shut it down. So this is what we did this morning, guys. Made a quick little $2,000 hit, and that was we broke the VWAP. We waited for the Geiger counter, I like to call it. We waited to get some, like right now, we're getting some. I'll just go ahead and show you in real time a little purchase here. If we get a breakout of this flat top, we're right in the middle of this opening range right now. So what we'll need is to get a break of that flat top. If we get that break, then we'll put on us a trade here. So we're really just waiting for the volume to be sustained. You can't just jump in as soon as you hear it. So you can kind of watch your liquidity in here. If you got indicators that you like for hedging, like what Rocket Scooter uses, they this is Matt Corwit's stuff. Right now, there's bouncing off of what's called HG and HP hedge pressure. That's called the half gap, which happens to be what hedge pressure is. So that's pretty powerful resistance. So we're just basically, we're probably going to be range bound between VWAP and his indicators, which is the options. He's using Albatross of the arbitrage of the of the underlying stocks, and then of course hedge pressures from options, puts, calls, and things like that. All of that could be looked up. Again, you can go to his site and copy and paste everything that he talks about his system into your favorite AI, and AI will explain it all to you, how it works in detail. In detail. See, no volume, just kind of set down, so there's really nothing to do. You can't force trading. Forcing trading is like, you can equate it to video gaming. It's like playing video games, and you're just riding around in circles, and you're not on a quest to try to accomplish anything. So you got to have volume, one, because you need to have a direction. With no volume, one way or the other, advancers or decliners, then you don't have direction. And so you don't just jump in a trade that goes sideways, because you get what's called chopped up, as you probably know. It means you just take your money and you hit your stops. And especially when you're dealing with prop firms and you don't have as much room to go with your stops. Executing the trades, of course, Tradevate, DOMs.
Top and QCell.
All right, I'm gonna let this video go too much longer. I'm gonna just turn it on and off today, make some different videos. This one is about where we at there. Yeah, 8 minutes in. That makes a good video. Show it to you one more time. We had we put in a bottom. We did a breaker structure BOS right in here. Took the long, had massive volume to the long side. So I rode it as long as this volume is spiking like right now, but it was like 7 million to 2 million, which is a great disparity. Over 4 million disparity to the long side. Always it's going to equal this kind of a pop. Broke the VWAP, boom, big impulse candle. As soon as we got into here, the sound started petering out. I closed out one of my positions in here, closed out my other position in there. That was that. That was that. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you learned something. If anything else, get your free trading view. Go grab the modified Lux Algo, play in the morning for the first 15 minutes, and see if you can't get any of these waves. Now, people like to do breakouts or breakdowns, meaning it go here and waffle, but when it gets here and tests, it just takes off, or down here. But you certainly can play it in this range and use your other indicator, which is Alex's free book map that he puts up there. Watching this little indicator for volume that's tied to an audible sound that you hear in the background, works like a chat. Thank you.